This is ABC15 Mornings.
The COVID-19 relief bill.
I expect a hearty debate and some late nights.
Going to get pumped into voting for a bill that helps Pelosi bail out California.
The fight heading to the Senate floor.
The coronavirus has caused a major disruption within the food supply chain.
Higher prices coming to your grocery store.
We have enhanced our security posture.
A warning about another attack on the Capitol.
So they were seeing, things that you should not be seeing in your microwave.
Is your microwave dangerous? The Let Joe Know team with a lawsuit you may not know about.
One of the things that's often looked over is the actual progress that we still need to make as a country.
Will Arizona be the next state to recognize a National Day of Racial Healing?
We want to be in the classroom with our students, but we want to make sure that it's a safe environment.
An executive order to get kids back into the classroom.
Instead of just sitting in a classroom with a pencil, I'm over here with grinders and paint and stuff, and I come home dirty, and that's my favorite part of the day.
Driving down a good career path. New this morning, students getting the hands-on training they need to be successful in life.
Yeah, that real life hands-on experience, her smile is contagious, right? We say good morning to you on this Thursday. Thank you so much for spending part of your morning with us. We appreciate it. Haley O'Kelly here in studio for ABC 15 Mornings. Our Nick Saletti is social distancing from the newsroom. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Kaylee. Happy Thursday, everybody. A lot of headlines to get to, but first we got to talk about that most accurate forecast and your weather. Hopefully a little less windy today. Meteorologist Iris Hermosillo is getting us caught up to speed. Good morning to you, Iris.
Hey, good morning, Nick. I just saw the picture that you posted of the tree limb that snapped off, or the branch really that snapped off of a tree in your neighborhood. And I'm sure that's the case for some folks across the valley, as wind gusts were upwards near 50 miles an hour in the Phoenix metro area yesterday. The highest wind gusts at the airport, 47 miles an hour. But those winds have backed off overnight, and this morning they're much lighter. So we're done with those howling winds. The cool air, though, is just settling in. So our temperature right now, it's 54 degrees at Phoenix Sky Harbor. We've got partly cloudy skies. We still are tracking some rain and snow showers across northern Arizona. Not much action, though, here closer to the valley. And while I have a 10% chance for rain in the forecast through about sunrise, which is close to 7 a.m., that really is it. I think the rest of the day we're done with those rain chances, and we're in for a cooler day, too. As I mentioned, the cooler air is just kind of settling in, and today we're going to notice a difference. It's going to be 16 degrees cooler than it was yesterday, with a high of just 70, and winds that'll be between about 5 and 10 miles an hour here in the valley. But this cool down, short-lived. We'll talk about when the 80s are back in that 7-day forecast.
Thank you for that. Well, this morning, the FBI says a domestic terrorist group could be planning another attack on the U.S. Capitol, and now security is beefing up across this country. Our John Genovese talking about this live from our state capitol this morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Kaylee. Yeah, the FBI and Capitol Police uncovering this possible plot by militia groups. Now, this conspiracy calls March 4th the real inauguration day, and up until 1937, today was the day that presidents were sworn into office. Now, we do expect to see more security in D.C. as well as at state capitals here and really across the country. These conspiracy theories continue to be spread across social media, and the current one comes from the far-right group QAnon, which is labeled by the FBI as a domestic terrorism threat. Data shows Arizona is one of the highest states when it comes to online searches for conspiracy theories and high-risk content.
There's still a lot of chatter about civil war. There's still a lot of chatter about needing to use violence to defend our democracy against all enemies. And this is the key part, foreign and domestic. And by that, they often mean politicians who they disagree with.
Yeah, and research shows Arizona ranks #1 when it comes to online searches for QAnon, and guys, that is not restricted to any one demographic or zip code. That is completely across the board in our state.
Yeah, John, alarming statistics. Thank you for that update. Today, the Senate is expected to begin debate on the COVID relief bill. Senators are using the budget reconciliation process to pass the legislation, which will lead to an extended debate. Democrats have agreed to tighten the limits on who receives a stimulus check. The $1,400 payments will only go to individuals making less than $80,000 a year. 2 rail and bridge projects, along with that minimum wage increase, were also taken out.
We have to crush the virus. We have to get our economy back on track. We have to get Americans back to work. And we all know how the bill delivers.
Well, the bill is not expected to have bipartisan support. It does keep a boost to unemployment benefits at $400 a week through August.
Well, the White House has concerns this morning over some states easing COVID restrictions. This morning, there are 11 states that either never had mask mandates or have ended these mandates altogether.
I think it's a big mistake. The last thing we need is the Neanderthal thinking that in the meantime, everything's fine. Take off your mask, forget it.
Nationally, the number of COVID-19 cases has fallen, and now cities and businesses, they have the right to keep mask mandates in place. Recently, Albertsons announcing it would plan to stop requiring customers to wear facial coverings.
I'll tell you, the first vaccine appointments begin for Arizonans 55 years and older. The state health department opening up 50,000 appointments earlier this week at two of its state-run sites, the one at State Farm Stadium and Phoenix Municipal Stadium. According to the Department of Health Services, people 55 and older make up 90% of COVID-19 related deaths. Those new appointments were all booked up, though, within 2 hours. We did find a woman spending her free time, though, helping people find open appointments. We met Teresa Kaufman after she helped a viewer schedule their shots. She tells us the key is persistence and knowing where to go.
I think one thing is check all available sources. Check and see every single website that you might be eligible to sign up for. Walgreens, Walmart, CVS, everything you can find. County health departments, everything.
And just remember, if appointments are booked when you check, more could open up in an hour or so. So just keep trying. Also, if you don't have computer access, this is important. You can also call 211. They can help you book an appointment.
Another big story this morning, Governor Ducey signing an executive order directing schools to offer in-person learning by March 15th or after spring break. Now, the order does include some exceptions here. Middle and high schools in counties with high levels of COVID spread, they can remain solely online. All schools must also offer remote learning for families. Some educators feel the decision is rushed, citing a number of districts have outlined plans to return to class by March 30th. Let's talk about California. The governor there and state lawmakers have made an agreement aimed at getting kids back to in-person learning there by March 31st. Well, more than an athlete. It is a statement we have heard for many years from basketball player LeBron James, who does take an active role in politics, education, and also giving back. A sense of community is something that we have seen in many Valley sports figures, from Larry Fitzgerald to Jerry Colangelo here in the Valley. And this morning, our Mark Thompson is talking about the Valley's newest athlete, who is already a very big part of helping the Valley, and in this case, Valley kids so far. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Kaylee, and he sure is. We're talking about J.J. Watt, and while he won't play any games for the Cardinals until September, he's already having a huge impact on the community like he is known to do. In fact, you may well remember it's noted that he helped raise over $37 million in Texas for victims of Hurricane Harvey. Now, Watt, he was also awarded the NFL's greatest honor with the 2017 Walter Payton Man of the Year Award for his charitable work. He's also involved in schools. The J.J. Watt Foundation is already on the ground here in Phoenix. The organization provides after-school athletic opportunities to kids from 6th to 8th grade. His mother says that J.J. started that foundation while still in college, when realizing that others did not grow up with the same opportunities that he had.
Any school that is available for our funding, which is provided to students, it's actually provided to the organization and the schools that have more than 60% kids eligible for free and reduced lunches. They're free to apply to us. And so I'm hoping to visit some schools and school districts and just take a look at what's in the area, where the need is.
And getting to know people here. The foundation has donated more than $6 million to schools across the country. 8 schools in Arizona have already received donations. And as we all know, J.J. Watt, he is not the only star athlete who's making a huge impact in the community. Our very own Larry Fitzgerald, who we all know and love, he also earned the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award for his foundation that helps kids across the Valley and also in Larry's hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota. But it's all about J.J. Watt right now, a great addition to the community. Reporting live this morning, Mark Thompson, ABC 15 Arizona. Guys, back to you.
It's a true testament, too, of what we are hopefully going to see out there on the field as well. Like-minded. All right, Mark, thank you. Up next on ABC 15 Mornings, getting your money back. If you shop at Walmart or Sam's Club, you'll want to see this story. Our Let Joe Know team says you might qualify for some cash.
Plus, paying more and getting less. Prices are jumping both at the gas pump and the grocery store.
Twelve minutes past 6 a.m. here. The George Floyd Justice in Policing Act now heads to the Senate. The House passing the measure that focuses on preventing police misconduct. It's named for George Floyd, whose death during an arrest did lead to protests across this country. Political ads will start showing up in your Facebook feed again today. The company lifting its ban on political ads that went into effect before the November election. As the U.S. starts to roll out 5G connectivity, some cities are considering hiding the equipment in traffic lights. 4G cell towers have been disguised as things like trees and cacti, but 5G needs to be more out in the open. Tech experts say this would also make it easier for self-driving cars to find an internet signal.
Well, as we talk about your most accurate forecast, as maybe you're getting ready to hit the road, let's talk about that drive time forecast. Speaking of cars, right? We've got some cars on the roads out there. Of course, you can see from our Mayo Clinic Valley Cam all of those lights. Maybe you've got the heater on as you're driving into work. I don't know. It's not that cold out there, but it's a little bit chilly. 40s and 50s across the Phoenix metro area right now, with Phoenix Sky Harbor checking in right at 54 degrees. But dry roads across the valley. So like I said, hopefully nothing to slow you down weather-wise. We'll be into the mid-60s by lunchtime, and then our high today only 70 degrees. It's going to be a cooler day today. We're talking about a 16-degree difference from yesterday's high temperature, and the reason is, of course, that storm system, the same one that brought those gusty winds and all of that dust our way yesterday. Now, right now, as you look at Desert Doppler radar, as I mentioned, it's dry around the valley. I did have that 10% chance of rain in our valley forecast through 7 a.m. It's still there, but I don't think we're going to see much. The exception being if you live up by Bartlett Lake, where we're seeing a few very light showers right now, and some of our foothills in that northeast pocket of the valley, maybe a stray shower, but again, those rain chances, they're just continuing to wind down. Now, up in northern Arizona, a little bit of a different picture. We don't have widespread snow showers, but we do have some snow showers along the Mogollon Rim, essentially north of Young and north of Payson. We've had some light rain moving across the I-17 near Camp Verde. Those light showers will push to the east, and eventually over some of that higher terrain, they change over to snow. And we'll keep them snow showers and a mix of rain and snow showers rather across northern Arizona through the morning hours. Then we'll dry things out here by this evening. And for the valley, like I said, a 10% chance through about 7 a.m. Then we're really quiet after that with a mix of mostly sunny and partly cloudy skies. And that's exactly what you're going to see here on Futurecast as we get into this evening. Here's 5 p.m., even 6 o'clock. We're already dry in northern Arizona by then. And but for the valley, just some passing clouds. That really is it. Now, wind-wise, it was windy yesterday, no doubt, across many spots across the state. But those winds today, as you see on Futurecast, lighter in most of those areas that we're talking about wind gusts near 50 miles an hour yesterday. Those areas, those winds backing off. That does include here in the valley, but northeast and eastern Arizona, some breezes today, mainly between about 5 and 15 miles an hour as we go through the afternoon. Gusts near 20 to 25 miles an hour. Temperature-wise, we're just below freezing this morning in Flagstaff, so it's a little milder up there this morning than it was 24 hours ago, but the reason is because we've got all that cloud cover still. 31 in Flagstaff, 39 in Payson, and it's 37 in Prescott. Phoenix Sky Harbor checking in right at 54 degrees, and across the valley, it's mostly in the 50s, so it's certainly not as cold as the last couple of mornings, just a chill in the air. 47 in Chandler, 51 in Tempe, and 54 is our temperature in Peoria. Now look at these highs. As I said, it's going to be much cooler today than yesterday, so we're talking highs in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. 30-year average is 74, so we're below average today with that cooler air really settling in as that storm system pushes through. 70 for a high today in Phoenix, 47 in Flagstaff, and will only reach 64 in Kingman, 73 today at Lake Havasu. But this cool down, very short-lived. By tomorrow, the 80s are back, and through the weekend, we're looking for highs in the mid-80s with more breezes on Saturday, and then more breezes next week too with another cool down in sight. We'll talk about those changes coming our way next week that could bring some rain chances our way again in the next half hour.
ABC 15 Desert Drive Time. Sponsored by Accident Law Group.
All right, 6:17, time for your Desert Drive Time traffic, sponsored by Accident Law Group. Taking a live look at the I-10 westbound at 91st Avenue, where a vehicle was on fire. You can see crews here responding, lots of flashing lights here, traffic trying to get around it. It looks like you can only get by in the HOV lane currently, and this is causing some backups all the way to 67th Avenue. Again, this is the I-10 westbound. Keep that in mind if you're traveling around this area this morning.
Well, a trip to the grocery store is getting more expensive, and unfortunately, it looks like things could get worse. The government issuing a warning. It's a new prediction on where prices are headed. A major factor, the rising price of gas after that deep freeze in Texas a few weeks ago. The largest refineries shut down, leading to higher costs for shipping goods. The pandemic still getting most of the blame, though.
The coronavirus has caused a major disruption within the food supply chain. We have this unprecedented demand at the grocery stores.
The government estimating a 6 to 9% increase this year in soybean prices and a 5 to 8% rise when it comes to the price of wheat. Fast food prices are up by more than 6%, and right now food prices across this nation are at a 6-year high.
Well, is Walmart not giving you all your money back when you return items? Did you get reimbursed for that car repair? Is your microwave dangerous? All new this morning, the Let Joe Know team looking out for you and your wallet. Do you qualify for money from these lawsuit settlements?
You expect your microwave to cook your food, but some owners of the Sharp microwave drawer oven say they got a dangerous show instead.
They were seeing electricity arcing within it. And so they were seeing, things that you should not be seeing in your microwave.
Scott Hardy with TopClassActions.com says a lawsuit alleges a defect that poses a fire risk. A settlement means if you bought between January 2009 and August 5th, 2020, you can get a replacement, a $250 cash payment, or a $500 Sharp voucher, and you can get labor costs if you had it repaired. Another potential danger, this time on the road, and a lawsuit involving BMW.
There are thousands and thousands of BMWs that are included in this particular class action. And because that timing chain replacement isn't cheap, that claim that you would have would be significant.
The allegations involve timing chain defects that can lead to engine damage, and it involves many BMW models. A settlement means if you paid for engine repairs tied to this issue, you could get up to $7,500 reimbursed if the work was done at an independent shop. No cap if the work was done at a BMW dealer. Finally, Walmart, Sam's Club, and a lawsuit
alleging that they didn't refund the sales tax when you returned items.
If you're a receipt keeper and returned items between July 17th, 2015 and November 25th, 2020, you could get part of the $5 million settlement. Exact amounts and proof needed haven't been determined yet. None of the companies claim any wrongdoing. Deadlines to file are coming up soon. See if you qualify. Go to abc15.com/letjoeknow for all the information. I'm Investigator Joe Ducey. You got a problem? Let me know.
All right, thank you so much, Joe. Well, in honor of Women's History Month and International Women's Day, Mattel is out with a new Barbie of former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt. It's all part of the Inspiring Women series. The company says it chose Roosevelt because she was a champion of policies around civil and economic rights and was often celebrated for her humanitarian efforts. This new doll is available at Walmart, Target, and Amazon. It'll cost you about $30.
Principles and persistence on your bulletin board this morning. We share a few secrets to success.
Then preparing kids for the real world. But will these courses continue? New this morning, the programs teaching students important skills to land a job after high school.
Watch ABC15 Arizona on your schedule. Stream the latest news and weather by searching ABC15 on Roku, Fire TV, Android TV, and Apple TV.
Are you reevaluating your goals for 2021? Maybe you want to start a new business or have more work-life balance. Well, on our bulletin board today, our friends at The List are giving us some very helpful tips. We're breaking down CEO secrets to success that you can also use in your daily life. Kelly Roach, CEO of The Unstoppable Entrepreneur, says, for starters, know when to throttle back. When starting a business, you want to go, 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 which is great, but that grinding can do more harm than good. Take time to step back and create time for mental and physical self-care. That will make your ideas more sharp and more clear. Next, Don't try to model your idea off of a competitor by changing it just 1 or 2 degrees. Instead, Kelly Roach says to find the gap in the market. Focus on the needs of who you serve and sell what makes you different from the competitors. Although this might be hard to hear, patience is the key to success. Ditch the fads and quick fixes. Instead, work on being able to sustain focus over a period of time, not just weeks or months, but decades. Finally, establish a set of values and principles and stick with them. Building trust and a reputation of delivering is the key to make your brand a great brand. And that's what's on our bulletin board today.
All right, Chelsea, thank you. Well, the Disney store at your favorite mall may soon close its doors. Disney just announcing a third of its North American stores are going to be closing by the end of the year. The focus will be on e-commerce instead. The closings will not be applying to Disney shops inside theme parks or inside Target stores. Shoppers can expect to start seeing more merchandise options, though, online.
Well, today tickets go on sale for the upcoming A Touch of Disney special limited capacity event. While attractions are still closed, visitors will be allowed inside California Adventure to enjoy classic Disney food, shopping, special photos with characters. And the event kicks off March 18th. Tickets are $75 and can only be purchased online for a specific date.
Up next at 6:30, if you're a parent, you know it's been a year since classrooms first closed, students went remote, and we were all thinking, what are we going to do? Well, the governor is now issuing a date for all schools in our state to return to in-person learning.
A lot of these students have a passion they don't even know about until these programs are brought forth.
Finding jobs and saving money only on ABC 15 Mornings. Why what's happening in the legislature could affect career and technical education across our state.